Hello and welcome to this video. In this video I will show you how you can create jewelry items using air dry clay. I will show you how to paint your jewelry items, to add the colors to the jewelry items that you're making. I will show you how to cut the clay into different shapes and how to ornate them. You can make necklaces in the shape of animal teeth or animal claws, or you can use different cutters. For example, these cutters are used to cut out different shapes of the clay in order to make pendants out of them. I will also talk to you about the different tools necessary to attach jump rings, for example, to the jewelry, like for example pliers, jump ring openers. For the cord you will need a pair of scissors to cut the cord in order to make the necklace, and when you want to apply colors to your jewelry you will need brushes and other items such as, for example, this sponge. So in this video I will show you how you can use all these tools, how you can use findings, how you can use colors, and also how to protect your jewelry by adding varnish. I have added some glossy varnish to make the jewelry look more shiny, but also to protect it from humidity, because air dry clay absorbs humidity very easily. And I will show you how to make these jewelry items step by step. I will use some clay in order to make a pendant. I will use these popsicle sticks so that the surface of clay that I create is even. And now with a roller I'll create this even surface. And now I will take the cutter and cut out the shape of the pendant. I will remove the extra clay. I remove the pendant, the cutter, and I'll make sure that the edges of the pendant are smooth. And now the next step will be to create a hole in the pendant so that I can add a cord. This way. Now I can put the pendant away and let it dry. And after it has dried I can add the color. Now that the pendant has dried, I will use the sandpaper to make sure the edges are smooth and the surface is smooth. And now I can start applying the color. I will begin by applying the first color. I will start with blue. I will continue by applying another color. I will also apply some green. This way, and now I will wash the sponge. I will also add some yellow. And now I will add the last color. I will add some gold color. And the golden color will make the pendant look shinier. And now I will turn the pendant on the other side and cover the back of the pendant with some gold color as well. This way, and I'll let the pendant dry. Now the color has dried, and I will start applying the gloss varnish, the acrylic gloss varnish, to the surface in order to protect the surface from moisture, but also to give it a more beautiful shiny look. In order to apply the gloss varnish, I will use a brush that will always be kept moist with some water. I will apply at least 2 layers of varnish to give it a more shiny look, and the time in between applications will be about 4 hours. So I have applied the first layer of varnish. I will let the item dry for about 4 hours, and then I can apply the second layer. Now that the pendant has dried, I will attach the cord and create the finished necklace. This way, and the pendant is ready. The necklace is ready. So this is what the finished necklace looks like. I'll use some air dry clay in order to create a pendant. I will put 2 popsicle sticks so that the surface of the clay is even. So I will use this roller to create an even surface of clay. And now with the cutter I will create the shape of the pendant. I will remove the extra clay. I will lift the cutter and I will make sure that the edges of the clay are smooth. This way. And now I will cut out a hole through which I will put the cord. I will make sure that the edges of the clay are smooth, and I will let the clay dry, and after it has dried I will start painting it. Now that the pendant has dried, I will use the sandpaper to make sure that the edges are smooth. And now let's start adding the color. I will begin by adding the first color. I will first add the red color. I will also add it to the margin of the pendant. Now I will wash the sponge in order to add the second color. I'll also add the color to the margin of the pendant. Like this. Now let's add the third color. I will add some white color. I wash the sponge again and then I will add the final color. And let's add the final color. I'll add some gold. This way. And now I will turn the pendant on the other side and I will add some gold color on the back of the pendant. Like this, and I will let the pendant dry and then I can add the gloss varnish. The gloss varnish will protect the pendant from humidity because air dry clay absorbs water very easily, and the pendant will become soft again and will lose its shape if it absorbs water. Therefore, when I will apply the gloss varnish, the gloss varnish will protect the pendant from humidity. On the other hand, the varnish will also give very beautiful shine to the pendant, and therefore it will make the pendant look more beautiful. Now that the color has dried, I'll start applying the gloss varnish, the acrylic gloss varnish. I will always have some water around in order to keep the brush moist. And I will apply at least 2 layers with a time of about 4 hours in between applications. And now I will let the first layer of glossy varnish dry, and in about 4 hours I'll apply the second layer. Now that the clay has dried, the pendant is ready, and I will create the necklace by attaching the cord and now the necklace is ready. So this is what the finished necklace looks like. In this lesson I will show you how to make a pendant using clay. I will take 2 sticks to make sure that the entire surface of the clay is equally thick, like this. And now I will take a cutter. I will use the roller to cut the clay, and now I will remove the excess clay. I will make sure that the edges of the clay of the pendant are smooth, and for that I will take some water and make those edges smooth. And now I will create a space where I will add the ring for the necklace. And now with a toothpick I'll make this space a little larger so that the jump ring can go through the pendant. Like this. And now I'll put the pendant to dry. And after the pendant has dried for about 24 hours, I will start painting the pendant. And then I will make a necklace using this pendant. I will start by making sure the edges of the pendant are smooth. I will use the sandpaper to make the edges smooth. And now I will start adding the colors. I will add some neon yellow. I'll also add the color on the side of the pendant. Now I will add a second color. neon orange. I'll also add some neon red. Some neon pink. Neon green. And the final color that I will add will be some neon blue. This way. Now I have added the colors and I'll let the pendant dry. And now the colors have dried and I will apply the glossy varnish. I will use a brush that I will keep moist by dipping it into some water, and I will apply at least 2 layers of gloss varnish with a time of in between the applications of 4 hours. This varnish will protect the clay from moisture and it will also give it a beautiful shiny look. And now that the gloss varnish has dried and the necklace is ready, I will assemble the pendant. I will take a jump ring and I will use some tools to open the jump ring. I will use a jump ring opener and a pair of pliers, of chain nose pliers. I will open the jump ring like this. I will put the jump ring through the pendant and then I will close the jump ring. Like this. And now the pendant has the jump ring attached, and I will add the necklace. This way I have added the necklace. And this is the finished necklace with the pendant, the clay pendant. So this is what the finished necklace looks like. Now I will show you how to make a tiger claw pendant. I will use white clay, air dry clay, to which I will add some water to make it softer, and I will condition it in order to mix the particles in an even manner throughout the clay, so that the clay will be more resistant. I'll create the tip of the claw. Like this. I'll try to remove all the cracks on the surface of the clay. And now I will create the surface of the upper part of the claw. It should have a porous surface. Like this. And now I will create the hole in the pendant so that I can hang it on a cord so that I can make a necklace out of it. If I put water on the needle, then it will prevent the clay from sticking to the needle. Like this. And the pendant is ready now. Now I'll put the pendant to dry, and then it is ready to be painted. Now that the tiger claw pendant is ready, I will start adding the color. like this. I've covered the entire surface. Of the tiger claw. And now I'll let the claw dry. And then I can add the gloss. Now let's cover with gloss the claw. Now the claw is covered on all sides. Like this. So the claw is covered. I'll put it to dry and then I can make the necklace. And now the tiger claw pendant is dry, so it's ready to be turned into a necklace. I'll take the black cord, put the cord through the pendant this way. I'll find the middle of the cord, and now I will take the one end of the cord and put it over the other end of the cord, and then I'll bring it back until I create a loop this way. Through this loop I'll put the end of the cord like this, and I made a knot. And I make another knot here. This way. And the cord is ready. The necklace is ready. So as you can see, it's very easy to make a necklace, a tiger claw necklace. You just need a piece of clay and some cord. Now I will create a pendant decorated with runes. I will take a bit of air dry clay. And in order to create the shape of the pendant, I will use those sticks so that they will limit the thickness of the clay that I will roll out with the roller. This way. And now I will start cutting out the pendant. I will use this cutter in order to cut out the shape of the pendant. I will remove the extra clay. And now I will use the cutter in order to shape the pendant more precisely. I will cut out the hole for the cord. Now I'll remove this other part of the pendant. And I'll try to make the edges smooth. Create the runes. This would be one of the runes. Now let's create a second rune. This would be the second rune. And now let's see the last rune. Now these are the 3 runes. And now I will let the pendant dry. And once it's dried, I can add the color. The pendant has dried now, and I will cover it now in color. Before I do that, I will take the sandpaper and make sure that the surface is smooth and the edges are also smooth. And now I will take some color and I'll cover the entire pendant with color. And now I can let the pendant dry. I will also add silver to the incisions so that the entire pendant looks like as if it was made of silver. Now that the color has dried, I will start applying the acrylic gloss varnish to the surface to protect the clay from moisture and also to make it more shiny. For that I will use a brush. I will keep the brush moist by using some water. And I will start applying the varnish. I will apply 1 layer of varnish, and after about 4 hours I will apply a second layer. And now that I've applied this layer, I will let the pendant dry. And now that the pendant has dried, the Roon pendant has dried, I will attach the necklace. This way, and this is what the finished Roon pendant looks like.